Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Tom. How are you?
Hey, I'm good, Bala. How about yourself, sir?
Very good, very good.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Now, Bala, are you located you're out in California, correct?
correct. I'm in San Diego. Yeah.
Okay. Now, you guys aren't getting the rain down in San Diego. They're getting up in the Bay Area, are you?
We were supposed to, it is started with a lot of wind and clouds started moving. I hope we'll get our share today.
Okay. Because I'm in Dallas, and
Okay.
they're predicting all of that, rain you get that's going to hit California will be here Sunday evening.
Okay.
And we're supposed to pick up 3-4 inches of rain. They said over the in about a 36-hour period.
Okay. Yeah, it is supposed to start raining from 11 a.m. Let's see. And I don't know. I really hope it rains.
The nice thing for us here in Dallas is we got 3 or 4 inches of rain about 10 days ago.
Okay.
And if we get that amount again this weekend, that means I don't have to use my sprinkler system. Get to save some money.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, because here, so we are in drought for years, and only that, this year we got some decent rain, and but to be honest, we need more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. Jarek, is that you, sir?
That's me.
Hey, how are you doing?
Doing really good.
Fantastic. Jarek, I've already made you presenter, so when you want to share your screen, you can go ahead and do so, buddy.
I
And
will. Give
Bala
me
is
1 second. I'm just setting up there.
okay, no problem. And Bala is on the is already on the webinar. And Bala, Jarek Davis is one of our chief solution architects at OpenMethods. And the
Okay.
other interesting note is he's also one of our co-founders. So you're going to be in great hands on this, not only just from a presentation and demonstration perspective, but from a perspective of really understanding the entire, OpenMethods architecture and what we plan to do with the product currently and then going forward.
Excellent. Fantastic. Nice to meet you, Jerry.
Pleasure's mine.
Okay, I have one of my solution consultant, Raghu, with me in the office, and he's involved in the pre-sales and sales activities for both Seibel and as well as for Service Cloud, and he is also coming from vast amount of Seibel experience, and we both are going to watch and look forward to this.
Fantastic. Hello.
One request before you start, Jerry. Is there a way you can record this one and send us the link
Yep,
later?
I'm already doing it.
With other people. Okay.
Yep, I've already started recording it, Bala, and as soon as we wrap up, I think they take about 40 minutes to convert. I'll send you the link, and you can forward it to everybody.
Fantastic. Okay, let's go.
Great. All right. Can everybody see my screen?
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is I'm going to walk you through just a couple of phone calls that just to kind of show how the screen pops work functionally, and then we'll kind of go into how we do the integration with Seibel. Kind of give it a little perspective. So I've got OpenMethods has 2 add-ins. One's the media bar, which I have the voice channel up on, and the other is PopFlow. And PopFlow is what we use to take data from the ACD. In this case, it's Genesis. And we take that data and we use it to either drive, which screen we want to pop based on, some segmentation data, or potentially, fill in fields on an incident, or, make decisions about what we really want to show the agent. Make sure that everything the customer's already done up to that point gets into the workspace, so they don't have to repeat or start over. So I'm going to throw a call in real quick. This one's going to come through with just Annie.
Quick question, Jerry. So you guys are not a CTI provider or something, and your solution sits on top of any CTI provider, correct?
Yes, that's correct. So Genesis, Cisco, I all the major ACDs. We have an integration back to those switches that lets us get this data and do the integration for attached data.
Okay.
Yeah. So in this case, basically we saw that Emma Jones' phone number matched. She was the only one in Service Cloud that matched. If there would have been several, then we would have popped up a report. Or if there would have been no match, we would have popped up in a blank record. But we did match one contact. It was Emma Jones. And we verify her address. These are the 5909. She said yes. We go ahead and verify. And this is pretty standard for an Oracle demo. What would you like to do today? Well, I'd like to place an order. So we'll go ahead and click order. And by this time, we've spent 20 or 30 seconds with them on the phone, just figuring out who she is and what she really wants to do. So to kind of drive home the point, I'm going to hang up that call and call back in. In this case, in the IVR, I'm going to not only have my Annie that shows that I'm Emma Jones, but she'll verify with an account number that it is her, and she'll say that she'd like to place an order. And we do that by here, and we get a screen pop. And this screen pop basically opened a new incident, went ahead and assigned the contact, went ahead and filled in some category and product that she selected in the IVR, and brings us to an order screen, right? We use some workspace rules here to change this text over here visually to orders, so the agent really gets an idea of what they're dealing with. And we've hidden some tabs just to keep that from, because of the call type. So if she had called in for a service request, it would look more like this. And this is actually the same workspace. We just use named events through PopFlow to change how the workspace looks. So here we've got a service request instead of an order. We changed some text over here. So really, it's really all about not only filling in fields or popping a contact, but really getting the workspace ready to do whatever the agent wants to do with as much data as you've got. So take all the rich context that you have and use it to reduce average handle time, makes the agents happier, makes customers happier. So that's kind of PopFlow in a nutshell. It's again, it's an add-in. So it's got this designer concept. These workflows are mapped based on profile. And I'll open up just a basic Annie screen pop real quick. So this is, again, really basic, but it kind of lets you see how we do it. These are drag and drop, drag these in. The first one is retrieve contact. Basically says, hey, check Service Cloud, see if anything phone.number equals to Annie. We get one match. Let's create a new incident and go ahead and set the primary contact ID. We get no match. We'll create a contact and go ahead and put the phone number in. And if we get multiple matches, we'll run a report. This is the report ID in Service Cloud, and basically these are the filters that we want to pass to that report. So the drag and drop perspective is really kind of nice. So, and that would, basically it looks like that, and we're going to say, oh, let's create an entity. Now we're going to create a contact. You'll see all the fields in Service Cloud. You can create anything you want. Custom fields are all available. And we're going to actually fill in phone, mobile with. Make sense?
Yeah, question. I know you mentioned that when the call comes in, if the phone number is matching multiple contacts, in the very first screen you are going to have multiple contacts. Right? And but here, if for the workflow rule, if it finds multiple contact, how do we set the rule?
we run this report, which is in analytics, and basically says, I know that there's multiples because this retrieved contact has told me there's more than one. So if we want to display them, we're going to use this Service Cloud report, and it can be any report, but we ship one standard that's very basic, and it just says, it's got a filter that says any one of the phone numbers matches Annie, show it on that report. So I think, oof, oh, just a second. I don't remember which one had multiple phone numbers. Let me look at it. So I'll kind of show you how our report ID is not set up. But basically, it would run this 100-431 report. So it looks like, I just don't know a phone number that will match multiples. And we have multi-match contacts. It's a very basic report, but this could be anything. And basically, here are the filters. And so phone would be, 888. Oh, who's not in there? Find one that. Well.
Yes, from the user perspective, if I find multiple contacts and I know that it could be duplicate, ideally it should be only one. Is there any feature of doing merging those two contacts, or it should be left to the business process inside Service Cloud?
Yeah, you can. I mean, you can put anything in that field, but yeah, it's typically. In this case, we're showing the agent a list of them, but you could literally do anything here. One of our other calls, let me put a new call in real quick. We have another feature of PopFlow called Pop Search and Select, and what this does is basically the idea or the intent of this demo is basically we've gone out to several data stores and we've found several records that match. And this is not a Service Cloud report. This is actually part of PopFlow, and it lets you take all of these contacts that we pulled from maybe across several different systems, and you can search on phone and email if you've got the data. Basically, you find the one you want, and you select it, and you do new contact, new incident, and create a new record.
Okay.
So really, really cool stuff. You see we filled that data in, and that is kind of a good lead into what we're going to show for Seibel. So let's see here. See if I've got it. There we go. So we'll log into Seibel. And what we've done here is we worked with a partner in the past, and basically they put a REST API in front of Seibel for us, and that's what we use to integrate. We'd like to use the native Seibel interfaces. We just don't have an instance of Seibel that we can use. This was actually going to get turned down. So that was something we were hoping we could work with you guys on. But it's really nice that you can come in here, we'll pull up a contact. So here's my contact information. See my phone number. If we go back to Service Cloud, I'm going to close all these out. And open up my Seibel screen pop workflow. And what we do here is, again, we're doing a fairly simple REST query. We've got some authentication, and basically we pass in this data. And excuse me. Sorry, the search we're doing is for contacts that matches Andy, right? And then once we do that, once we get data back, we're going to go ahead and log what we got back. This will give us the full array. And basically what we do is we do that same retrieve account. We say, is it in Service Cloud? In this case, we don't need to. We can go straight to the create contact. But we say, if it's not in Service Cloud, let's go over to Seibel and create a new contact with the Seibel data. So you see here, we're filling out some information. So if I use our test execution here, which is just like a phone call coming in, it actually passes it to the runtime just like it was a phone call. Put in a phone number, my mother's phone number, and you'll see it's gone out. This contact did not exist in Service Cloud, but it's gone over to Seibel, and it pulled in my title, my name, my email. If we go over to Seibel again, and we say Jarek is no longer in sales, he's now the chief model. Sure. And I save that record. Then the next time I run that same query, execute it exactly the same way, you're going to get a new contact. And in this case, it's going to be Jarek Davis, but he's chief auto washer. And that shows really well. Clients really get it when you can see, making a change in Seibel and it updating what you get in Service Cloud. The other thing we can do is PopFlow not only listens to phone calls, but it can also listen to HTTP requests from the local host. So another great way to get data back to Seibel, and I don't have this actually to show, but a way to get this back is at the end of an interaction, the customer say is updated, you put a save or whatever makes sense for the business case, and this kicks off a URL that basically tells PopFlow, hey, push this data back to Seibel. So you can do updates both bidirectionally. So that was a lot, all in one short burst. Make sense? Any questions?
Yeah. Yeah, keep going. Yeah, makes sense.
Okay. Well, then, Tom, that's what I've got here to show for a demo perspective. Paul, is there anything else that you'd like to see?
So, my understanding, I just wanted to understand what, from the sales point of view, and then probably Raghu may have something about the business process point of view. What we are trying to do here is basically, one thing is basically for the customers who are Seibel plus Service Cloud customers, if you move your contact center CTI solution to Service Cloud, or if you are thinking how my pop is going to work, and how all my master data is sitting in Seibel, how I'm going to get the data, and blah blah blah. So here is a solution. You can go with Service Cloud with your CTI solution, and you can keep your master data in Seibel, and any data that is needed to complete the business process, the pop-up will go and get that one from Seibel, and also the data available in Service Cloud. So the agent will get all the data from both systems to provide the customer service. Is that the vision?
Exactly.
Is my understanding correct?
Yeah, that's exactly it. And we're seeing, the use case where either people are migrating data to Service Cloud, or like you said, they're going to keep Seibel as the master data record, and they just use the contacts to, put in the incident, and maybe they link a, Seibel ID. But yeah, we're seeing it lots of different ways. But that's definitely the idea. It's funny, we've always talked about a kind of a master data record, and Mike Garner said something the other day that I really, really keyed on. There's an ecosystem of data out there, right? We can use a create date and see which one is the most current or most up to date, but you can really do multiple queries there before you even hop to the agent. It's just limited by the speed of your backend system.
Okay, so is it restricted only from contact level? When it comes
no.
to incident management, the service request?
Yeah, so on this...
Is it clear now?
Go ahead.
Okay. So we were talking about contact level sync between Seibel and Service Cloud. So similarly, there are other objects like incidents. There is a possibility that either via email or other cross-channel chat, the customer has approached the Service Cloud, but the same customer might be paid from the Seibel also. Is there any sync for service request object or incident object?
Yeah, anything that we can get to from the Seibel API, with SOAP or REST, we can query. So, for example, perfect example, hey, I know this customer, but do they have any open incidents in Seibel? If so, maybe on my incident, I want to pop, and this is a bad example, this is just actually a screenshot, but maybe I want to pop this Seibel incident, and I would use the data that I got to format the URL that actually shows here. So we go straight to that field or that page in Seibel. So, or you could just take the data. You could take the activity numbers and populate those in a list. You can do anything you want to with that data.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Something to this effect. It depends on whether or not you want to replicate those incidents across systems, or if you'd rather just show a Seibel view, or maybe even a sub view of Seibel. We've seen that done where Service Cloud has just like a little widget that you can see just the incidents for that customer without all of the jazz around here.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've had a lot of success with it, so it's been a lot of fun. What we need ourselves is our own Seibel instance, which we don't have. So we've been kind of borrowing it.
Okay. So, is there any other demo you're going to show, Jerick? Otherwise, we can talk about how we can go to the market together.
Mm-hmm. So what we were talking about, Tom and I were talking about, we kind of put in here before. I know that if you guys have a Seibel piece, what we can do is we can a Seibel system. I can get PopFlow installed on your demo instance, and basically work with you guys to get the same thing I'm doing here into your demo instance, and maybe do a couple of use cases. As you said, maybe have one for contacts, one for pulling up activities in Seibel. But I can work with you guys to get that set up and show you how the REST interface works. And then we could show that both the customers, and I think maybe a recorded demo would be the best way to be able to show that.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
then obviously also live.
Yeah, we have Service Cloud instance, and we have Seibel instance also. Definitely, if we have it in handy, we can show it to our Seibel customers anytime and say, hey, what do you think about this hybrid approach? You don't need to approve. You can keep all your master data. Let it be your customer data or your vehicle data or dealer data, all these things. But go to modern so that you can go to Service Cloud to enable all other additional channels. Only the service request can be extracted out of Seibel.
Yeah, and Service Cloud becomes this system of engagement where your data is still stored wherever it needs to be in Seibel.
Yes, right. Yeah, so that would be definitely the next step, and I can, connect with in an email with our Service Cloud guys and Seibel guys, and we can definitely show this to one. And if we, anyway, we have all the paperwork from our partnership point of view, Jerick, if you're aware of it already or not.
Yeah, we'll make Tom deal with that.
That's what I'm here for, guys.
Yeah, so if you get me in touch with those guys, I will. I'll kind of do probably this same demo and then do an install for them. I'd probably just ask for an admin account. I can do that when you introduce us over email, and I'll get it all installed.
Yeah, and definitely, in fact, we are working with a lot of customers now. Slowly, customers started believing an hybrid approach. I know we are preaching this one for the past 2+ years, and now with the time they all are feeling it. And having an environment and showing them, hey, this is how it can work. I tell you, it will have definitely, we can have it handy and immediately, most of the time, a casual call or meeting is what going to turn it around. If you go and run formally, they run away. But when we can do this one casually and show it to them, they say, oh yeah, I think I understand now. And
yeah.
I think we can.
Yeah, it really makes sense when I can see it.
Yeah. All right.
Perfect.
So thank you for this demo, and please send us, and also from the go-to marketing point of view, Raghu, if you want to take off. You have your conflict at 10:30. Yeah. Thanks for joining.
Yeah. Thanks, Derek. Thanks, Tom.
Yeah. So go-to-marketing point of view, how you guys want? We are going to be there at Modern Service Cloud. We have a booth and things like that, and I hope you will also. If not, that's fine. We can share it in our instance before that. If we have enabled in our Service Cloud instance, number one, and also we can run some sort of campaigns for.
Yes.
For all the Seibel customers are going to be predominantly upmarket. You know that, right? And the reps are basically, unless otherwise there is a money for them, they are not tapping the Seibel contacts, Seibel customers. And moreover, even if they go and tap them, the first thing what they say is basically all these guys they have no knowledge on Seibel or how long it is their customer is using and blah blah blah. It's 20 years worth of data sitting in there, right? So they say, when they say that, hey, let's go and approve or something like that, nobody wants to listen to them. So we can put a proper message on hybrid and how it can work, and then we can showcase them, how it will coexist at the same time. How you can modernize it is what we need to message. So if you have any idea, any theme or something like that, and we have a lot of customers.
Yeah. Yeah, Bala, this is Tom. One of the next steps that Stacy and I had spoke about was after you guys had a chance to see this demo, we were going to schedule a follow-up meeting with Joe Newsom. Joe's the OpenMethods VP of Marketing, and does a really good job of helping create campaigns, demand generation campaigns. And the goal is to possibly try to set up, a half-hour discussion next week, where you and Stacy, Joe, and I could be on that call, and that would give us plenty of time to, to build out a 30, 60, 90-day go-to-market strategy and plan. Obviously, CX World's a big part of that, and that's, towards the end of April. But, that was one of our next steps that, we're looking forward to on our end in helping you guys build that out, building that campaign out, and assisting.
Okay. Excellent. Yeah. Let's work on that one. We need to drive more people to the CX event so that we can meet with them in person and see what we can do quickly.
Yep.
I'm with you, and so let's follow up. Follow up with Stacy on the marketing side, and Jerick, you tell us, what is the prerequisite and what do you need from us in order to set this up. And we have Seibel IP 2016 instance now with us, and in fact, we are one of the very few Seibel beta testers still. Very few. Oracle product team works. In fact, we are kickstarting our beta testing for Seibel IP 2017 in few weeks. Okay, so as soon as it's up and running, I can share that one, and we can even deploy that one in 17, and we can test your application in 17, so that you can certify for 17 as soon as it is generally available.
Fantastic.
Beautiful. That's great news.
Yeah. Awesome. So let's take care of these action items on setting it up, and as well as the go-to-marketing initiatives, and let's put some plan, Tom, to drive more crowd to Modern CX event.
Fantastic. Yeah, looking forward to it, Bal, and I'll get to work on it from our end immediately.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks so much, guys.
Thank you.